Aitor, first of all, ahead of this game, what's the team news? How's everybody shaping up?
For the game on Monday?
Yes.
I think exciting game, a big rival for us. It was my first game as a coach, and we are looking forward to this game, and especially after the game on Tuesday against the Dons, and we equalized at the last moment, but I think we played a really good game. We had a lot of chances, and for that reason I'm really excited with the game on Monday.
Does it help that you have the extra few days to prepare?
Yes, because for example we played on Tuesday with Richie the lad and with Gaston. That for Richie was the second game, and Gaston hadn't played a long time, so for reason they need a good time to rest and to recover, and it's good to work here on the pitch, because again we can't forget that we have 5 new players, and we have to try to put them on the pitch, on the team as soon as possible.
Following the game against the MK Dons, naturally enough after it, everyone was asking, has Jordan Rhodes done enough to start against Leeds United? You said you wanted a couple of days to think about it. Are you any closer to making that decision?
I have another 3 days.
Are you pleased though with the way he's responded, starting on the bench? Obviously came off and scored the other night as well.
I am really pleased because Jordan knew where he's coming. Jordan is the first one who is on the bench, and he's supporting the players who are on the pitch, and is the main thing for me, because all of them know how good the atmosphere they have in the changing room, and all of them are always ready to help the team, and all of them know that their chance is going to arrive, because with me all of them have their chance, and for that reason he played last against 20 or 25 minutes, and he has scored a goal, and for me it's a good thing, because I have a really good player to choose again.
How pleased are you with his attitude so far since he came here?
Look, when I sign a player, I always want to know how is him as a lad, because for me it's really important to have good people in the changing room. And when I met him the first day, and I didn't meet him before, but I have a good reference because his uncle is my assistant, so I knew how good he's as a lad, and I knew that he could settle in here really well, and he's doing really well, he's training really well, he's understanding his role, and he knows that he's going to be an important player for us.
No doubt in your mind that he's ready to start if called upon?
No, he's ready to start because he were playing at Blackburn, and he played 20 minutes in the training ground, in the training session. Always are doing really well, so for that reason I am really confident. You
touched upon one of your first games as manager of Middlesbrough was against Leeds at Elland Road. The last 3 visits haven't been great for Middlesbrough. Is that because of the atmosphere, the stadium? Can you attribute it to any one thing?
The last 2 years, a lot of things happened. For example, my first game, we had Jason Steele sent off 30 or 35 minutes. Last season we had a disallowed goal at the beginning of the game. So it's a good game to play. I think if I were a player, I would like to play this kind of games. And again, we have better squad this season, and again I'm looking forward to the game, because it's a really good game to play.
In your mind, is it one of the bigger games during the course of the season?
In this league you have 46 big games. Obviously it's a good rival, not now, it's in the story, so it's a good game. Our crowd for sure are gonna be helping us in the way that they are doing every single game, so for that reason we are going to play with 12.
When you look at your team, obviously top of the table's great, but no winning 4, is that a concern for you at this point?
No, I think it's the opposite, because even with 2 points in the last 12, we still at the top of the table is because we've done really good things till that moment, and now a lot of things have happened last month. 3 players leaving, 5 arriving, injuries in important players like Joffren and Daniel Ayala. So it's the league. Sometimes you're going to have everything in your favor, sometimes you're going to have a few problems, but again, we are in this position, so we have to keep going. We have to know how good we are when we are together, and I'm really confident with the future.
And just finally, 2 seasons ago, Leicester City found themselves in a very similar position to where Middlesbrough are now. When you see what Leicester are achieving this season, how much confidence does that fill everybody here with?
Yeah, but it's nice to think and to see that comparison. But for example, last season, David was at the top of the table and they didn't play the playoffs. So it's difficult league. So you have to think about every single game, and because imagine we are now thinking about we are gonna be at the top of the table in Premier League next season. It's a joke. So now we have to be focused on the game to focus on the game on Monday, and after Monday we'll have another 8-9 days to work again.
Let's look.
We had that Monday, Graves.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Just a variant of it.
I wasn't here.
Aitor, you say you're very relaxed, about recent results, but I mean, it would be just take a little bit of the pressure off, just to get the win, start the run of wins going again, as it were.
No, I think sometimes you lose the perspective, because I think after our game against Derby, everybody was expecting Middlesbrough in Premier League in March or in April, and I've been here just for 2 years, but I think the last 15 or 16 years, the only team which was really good and they promoted really early was Leicester 2 years ago. Because the last 14 or 15 always were the last games. Last season was almost the last game. So for that reason, sometimes you lose the perspective. You can't feel how difficult this league is. So for that reason, I am confident, because again we have better squad than we had last season, and we have now time to work. And for example, the game against MK Dons, I could feel the team much better than when we played against Blackburn 3 days ago, or when we played against Forest 2 weeks ago.
And when you score a goal so late in the game, does it feel a little bit like a victory?
Lucky, because we scored in the last minute, but we had 5 or 6 clear chances to score. So if we had scored one of them, I think we would have won the game 3 or 4-1. But we scored at the end. It's one more point, and again we're at the top of the table, and we have to know how difficult it is to be in that position. So we have to keep going.
When you get a load of new players, as clubs do in the summer and then again in January, when you get a load of new players into a club in quite a short space of time, is there a sort of temptation to sort of put them all in at once, or have you sort of deliberately just tried to kind of show some loyalty to the players that have actually got you into that position?
No, look, I decided to do a few changes in the team, because we didn't have a lot of games in January and February, and for that reason I felt players who wanted to leave, or because they wanted to play, is obvious, and I tried to bring players that for me it wasn't a problem that they weren't playing, like Gaston or like Julian or like Richie or Kike Sola, because we had enough time to work with them. And now after the game against Leeds, all of them are playing. Sometimes some of them more minutes than other players, but again after Leeds we have another week, 8 days to work, and then we have a busy March and busy April. So for that reason I did those changes, and I am really pleased with them. Have
you had much experience of playing on a Monday night in the past?
Monday night? No.
I don't think so, but the day is
Tuesday.
It's the same. We
Tuesday,
play on Tuesday, we play on Fridays. So, but I like to play in the night, because I think the atmosphere is better.
I suppose you can see what your rivals have done at the weekend, and then you know what you've got to do to stay on top of the league.
No, I'll watch the games to analyse the opponents, but the scores. just concerned with our scores and with our work.
A few of us, after we've spoken to you, we're off to see the new manager of Hartlepool United, your old number 2, Craig Hignett. Any advice for a new manager?
No, he was with us for almost a year, and I wish him all the best. And I think he's ready. He knows the club, and it's an important thing when you arrive to a club that you know, because he was there like as assistant with Colin. So I think it's important. He knows he's doing different roles in football. So I wish him all the best.
And when a club is really struggling near the bottom of the table, you need certain qualities, don't you?
You need at that moment. You need the first thing is to try to recover the confidence for the players, because when I came here we weren't in that position, but we were close, and the main thing was to recover them and to transmit them your confidence, because it's the main thing when the players go to the pitch and they perform well.
I just ask about Leeds, closer to the bottom than the top. What do you make of them as a team this season?
I think they started a little bit knowing the way that they were expecting, but with Steve now, they are playing good games. It was at the Long Road when they played against Derby, and they drew that game, and I think it's a team which has his manager character, and they are fighters and they have good players. So when they play, they are a good team, and they are a tough team, because again his manager is a character person.
And just the last one about Jordan, how good was it for you? He was brought here to be a goal scorer because he's got that great record. How encouraging was it for you to actually see him get in the right position the other night and get his goal?
I think it's good for everybody. First for him, because you know, sometimes when your value, not his value, because I don't think a person has a value, but when we've spent 9 million in a player, and all the lights are on him, and you play and you don't score, maybe not always is a really bad thing, because you have a lot of examples in football, players who their clubs paid a lot of money, and their performances weren't really good, and for that reason I'm really pleased with him, because he played 20 minutes against Blackburn, and with him on the pitch we were better, and he played another 20-25 minutes on Tuesday, and he scored a goal. So for that reason he's doing the right steps, and one day he will play at the beginning.